Hey everybody, welcome to day 11. It's Audrey. Today's guest is a woman I've known for quite a while actually online. Her name is Laura Whitaker, and she makes the most amazing sketches. I know that she guest designs and does sketches for a lot of different sites. So she made a sketch today, which is awesome because I think sketches just take the guesswork out of doing a page, and for me, it just makes my process go so much faster. And I just love this sketch. I'm going to do something a little bit different though. Her sketch had some triangles in it, and I had already done a Christmas tree page, which that sketch would have been perfect for, but I decided I was going to do something with snowflakes on my page today. So while I'm not sticking to her sketch completely, you can definitely see how her sketch influenced my design at the end. So please go check out her channel. So yes, I am going to be doing some heat embossing. And I was trying to think of a way to incorporate a lot of snowflakes on my background. And I definitely wanted to use a white background piece of paper for my background. So I found this stencil. This is an Echo Park stencil. And I used some Versamark and just kind of patted over the stencil with the Versamark. And I am using some white American Crafts embossing powder. And then I'm just applying my heat gun to it to make the embossing powder melt. When you put this powder on, I don't know if it's just because my powder is old, because it is very old. It kind of had a yellowish tint, and even when it melted, the snowflakes are a little bit off-white. They are definitely not a pure white. They're very off-white. So, but that's okay. I still like the way they look. I guess I probably could have used clear embossing powder instead. I do have clear. I should have maybe tried clear, because my idea was to do this background with the embossing powder to kind of make it as a make it work as a resist, because I'm going to go through and add some color to the background. So I used this gelato before. I'm not actually sure the color of it, but it's kind of like a minty bluish green, and it's very pretty. And I think I used it on my day 3 page, maybe? I'm not sure. So I'm just going to use the packaging technique, and I just kind of wiped the gelato on my piece of packaging and then added a little bit of water to it, and then I'm just kind of spreading it on the page and squishing it down with my fingers. And I really love how that is looking and how you can see the snowflakes coming out. So I wanted to add another color, and I thought maybe I was going to add red, but then I thought, no way. I'm not doing red on the background for this. I did pull out some papers and stuff that have a few tints of red, so I'm just going to use red kind of as a pop-up accent color. So this is Heidi Swap Mist, Color Shine Mist in Seafoam. Again, I wanted to kind of stick with the minty greenish color, so this was the perfect color for the papers I pulled out. So I just, again, did the same thing, sprayed some mist on the packaging, and then added a little bit of water, and then kind of smushed it on. And I have a baby wipe there in my hand, and I'm going over, and I'm kind of, I was soaking up a little bit of the excess water on the page, and then just going through with my heat gun. And now I'm going over my snowflakes and kind of rubbing off any extra ink that's on them, to make them stand out a little bit more. And I just love how that comes out. It's very subtle. I mean, you don't see the snowflakes very distinctly, but yeah, I still love how this comes out. And I haven't done heat embossing in a long time, and I love heat embossing. It adds such nice texture to your page. Okay, so I guess I'm pretty much done with that. I'm going to go through and add a couple splatters of that seafoam mist, and then I pulled out this super old mist, and it's called Peacock. It was my favorite mist ever. It's just about gone. I just keep adding water to it and it keeps getting more and more dilute, but it works. Okay, so I have 2 photos of my kiddos making some snow angels. And I have cut out a whole bunch of snowflakes on my Cricut. Oh, my Cricut. I don't have a Cricut. Well, I did. I have a Silhouette. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm just used to using that so much. On my Silhouette, and I cut them out of vellum, and then I cut some out of just plain white cardstock. So I love the softness that the vellum adds. Again, just a little, very subtle. And I'm just going to kind of layer those around the page a little bit. Now, on the sketch, Laura has put strips at the top and the bottom of the page, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do strips on both the top and the bottom. So I kind of like am deciding, am I going to do both? And so I do end up doing a strip on both top and bottom of the page. So these papers I'm using are from Pink Fresh Studio. I believe it was their Christmas collection last year, and it's kind of like this tealish bluish green with little hints of red and another kind of aqua blue color. So very pretty, and it goes perfect with the colors I have in my background. Well, actually, I picked out the papers first, and then I tried to make the background to match. So now this little stem here with the little circles on it, I tried to use on my day 3 page. And I had fussy cut it out and I put it to the side, and it does match perfectly. It would look so nice in this background, but it wasn't the right page for it. It just wasn't going with my snowy theme. I guess I probably could have made it work if I cut it up in smaller bits, but but I just decided not to use it on this page because it wasn't exactly what I was going for. So I will save it and hopefully try to use it again on a different page. The paper is, by the way, there on the left, and the paper I just kind of tore with the writing on it. That's an old Dear Lizzie Christmas line, probably 2009, 2010 maybe. It's been a while since that one came out. So I wanted to add a few little tiny hints of red. So those 2 little strips I just added in with the polka dots have a little hints of red on it. And I also knew I wanted to add some of these little die cuts from the Pink Fresh Studio line too. And I thought the little critters were just so cute. And I don't do a lot of like cutesy critter kind of pages. So I don't know. I just thought that this page was okay and it worked for this page. So, and they're not like, excuse me, they don't really stand out a lot, but they're definitely, I mean, obviously you can see them there, but they're not a huge focal point of the page, so they kind of fit in cute. And I love that they bring in a little bit of the black line too, because they're outlined in black. So I'm going to go through also and look for some ways to bring a little bit of black into the page. The next die cut pack I went through was a Fancy Pants Christmas line from last year. I think it's called Merry and Bright. I'm not really sure. And I pulled out a couple things from there, a snowflake and a couple of the Christmas trees there on the right. And then this sticker sheet is an old Echo Park one from 2012, and I think the line was called Dear Santa. And again, the colors in that were perfect. So I'm just going to go through and find some little bits. You can see I added 2 red snowflakes at the top. They came from that sticker sheet. And that's where I'm trying to create my visual triangle with the red, from the bow on the deer to the red behind my photo to the snowflakes up on the top kind of section of layered paper there. I found a little kind of word sentiment over there on the left. It's black and I pulled it off. It came from the Snow and Cocoa collection from Crate Paper, and it says, "Let's make snow angels." Couldn't have found a more perfect sticker to fit a page ever. So that was awesome that they had that sticker on there. So I'm like, yes, I'm definitely going to use that. And it was the right color. It was in black, and I wanted to add a little bit of black. So that was a bonus. I love that happened like that. Okay, I'm just going to go through and start gluing my strips down here. I thought about tucking some things like in between the strips, like snowflakes and stuff, to have them coming out, but then I decided against it because I thought it was going to be too busy around the strips, and I really wanted the focus to still be down around the photos. This photo was actually on New Year's Day, this past New Year, so January 1st, 2016. We had it really quite a lot of snow on New Year's Eve that night. So we get a ton of snow here. I think our average is 125 inches every winter, but some years it's a lot more. And last year was very mild. We're supposed to get hammered with snow this year, but that's fine. I'm ready. Okay, so my number 11. If you count my die cuts and my stickers, I have 11 snowflakes. I'm not counting the ones I embossed, nor am I counting the ones on the flare that I'm adding, but I have, between the die cuts and the vellum and the stickers, there are 11 snowflakes. And that was my intention when I started this page, that's how I was going to incorporate the number 11. I was going to use the number 11 of whatever my page was going to be about. So I decided snowflakes. All right, in the sketch, you'll notice there's a circle, and I really think circles on pages like this really help center your design, even if the circle itself isn't centered. Well, I guess maybe not center, but really draw focus to whatever is in the circle. So I love doing circles on pages like this. So I have stitched the circle in silver thread for two reasons. I ran out of gold, and I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle, and I thought gold was going to be a little too much on this page, so the silver adds a really pretty shimmer and accent. This is just some craft foam that I'm using to kind of lift up my photos a little bit off the page. So it's self-adhesive and it sticks to the photos fine, but I was using some liquid glue to stick them down to the page, and I think I'm going to have to go start using a tape runner or glue dots to actually stick them to the cardstock. Maybe it just wasn't sticking because of the embossing, but I used liquid glue and I could not get them to stick very well on the background paper, but oh well. Okay, I'm gonna add my snowflakes behind the photos there and kind of tilt my photos just a little bit. I wasn't sure what angle, but then I just went like, okay, I'm just gonna put them down and press them, and that's where they're gonna stay. And this frame, that red frame, is from the Pink Fresh die cut pack as well. Now here comes my label sticker. And then pretty much the rest of the page, all I'm going to do is try to arrange my snowflakes in the correct spot and, you know, kind of complete my visual triangle. By the way, this flare is from Cuts to Love. It's a little shop in Canada that they have an Etsy store. I'll put a link below. And I ordered a whole bunch of Christmas designs from it, and it came with, I ordered these ones that are the snowflakes that you see in the word magic, and I love that they're just kind of black and white with just a little tiny bit of color in the background, so they are really perfect for my page. And I had two on there, and so I wanted to squeeze in the third snowflake, so I'm going to squeeze it in here. I think I put it in over by these Christmas trees, so just enough to have a presence there. So I thought I needed to bring in a little bit more black accents. So I've grabbed some washi tape, and I just kind of tore a little strip of washi tape, and it has like a black and white like line design, almost like a sketch design. And I'm going to add a piece to the top and the bottom of the page, again, just to bring in a little bit more black. And I love that tag to the left. It says, "Oh baby," let's see, it says, "Oh baby, it's cold outside." But it was just too big, and it was just too dark for that area. I wanted I wanted that tag to be a lot smaller, so I was a little I wasn't sure about that tag, that black tag over there on the left where my journaling area is. So I'm going to take it off and put it back on a couple times before this page is over. I grabbed that piece of paper I was looking at. I was thinking about maybe fussy cutting out some of the words. I think Nicole did that on her page 6 layout. So if you go check out her video, she fussy cut out some of those words for her page that she did for day 6. But I'll just use the stickers that said Burr. And again, that's from the Crate Paper Snow and Cocoa collection. Okay, so I'm going to add little tiny silver stars, and these came in a Freckled Fawn kit a couple years ago, and they're tiny, but they're silvery and shimmery, and it helps pick up some of that silver shimmer in the stitch circle that I made. I'm just gonna glue down my snowflakes and use pop dots on some of them to pop them off the page. And actually, I lied. I said I had 11 snowflakes. I don't have 11 snowflakes yet. I counted and then realized I had only had 9, and so I go back in and add 2 more there at the end. Oh, there's my nice hairdo. I always just kind of whip my hair up and kind of a knot on the top of my head whenever I'm working, so it doesn't hang down. So I thought I committed to that tag, and I put glue on it, and then I put it in there, and then I pulled it out, and I'm like, I don't like it again. Like it, so let me try something else. Went with this other one, didn't like that one either. Let me put that one back again. Yeah, still don't like that. So I leave it there for a minute or two to kind of decide, but I end up taking it out again. Yeah, this is where my photos weren't sticking down very well, so I just used some glue dots. Okay, this little label, I decided to use that instead because it brought in a little bit of black. Okay, here's number 10 and number 11 snowflakes. I added them. See me counting? There's the 11. So I decided to stamp my date on this little label, and it had this cute little Christmas roller date stamp. It says warm wishes. And I went to my computer just to double check the date of this photo, and I don't know what I did, but it was the wrong date. So I had to change it out and put the right date in. And there is my finished page. I really think this photo this page has like a really icy, cool feel to it. So I love that I just kind of stuck with a simple color scheme with little hints of red. Well, thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays, and stay scrappy.